Okay, so manga versus anime. This debate has been going on in the whole manga anime community pretty much as long as the Fire Nation versus the rest of the world. The Fire Nation being manga readers and the rest of the world being anime watchers, right? And the fact of the matter is the manga lovers, the solo manga readers are a small yet powerful group. And recently, because of how I've had to consume my anime content, I've been reading more manga than I have been watching anime, right? So today, we really got to talk about which one is really better and if there really is a better one. So I haven't said this one in a minute, but hold on. Without further ado, let's get right into it! Alright, so for this, we're going to go a little back and forth, well, here's a point about manga, here's a point about anime, going back and forth, and at the end, I'm going to tell y'all, really what the answer, at least my opinion, to the answer for this question is. Since I've been reading manga most recently, we're going to start off with, giving manga a point. It is the one that they'll always use on you. You'll hear from all your homies. You finish the most recent anime. I will admit, I've been guilty of this one, okay? You finish the most recent anime episode, and then you're like, man, I wonder what's going to happen next. And they just going to tell you, read the manga, bro. Let me tell you exactly why, because they're further in this story, all right? That's their first point, okay? Look, and it's fair. It's fair. When you're watching something, right, and it's really good, the story is captivating and everything, what I ended up doing, what others end up doing, which makes them read manga in the first place, is they can't wait for the next season, They're like, I need to see what happens now. So then they go straight to the manga, and they just start reading it, and boom, bam, bop. It's spectacular. The plot twists and turns of the show are exactly as they expected it to be, and it's just unfolding for them, and they love it, bro. And they want to share that passion and love with everybody. Now, does it get annoying? Absolutely. Because when you're hearing people tell you read the manga, bro, you just sitting there like, man, no! I just want to enjoy the anime. It's annoying, right? But being further in the story, definitely I'll say, for the people that I read manga with, like me and my friends, some of us read manga and stuff like that, it's been a lot of fun being able to discuss things that are further ahead in the show, because once you get further in the show, as we've all seen from every anime and manga that we might have watched or read, it gets better as it goes and the development keeps happening. You literally get to see the authors get better. So when you watch or you read what they're writing, when you read what they're writing, you get to have a more in-depth conversation and you get to know more of the story earlier than animes, especially seasonal animes. Will be like, all right, we're going to come in from, let's say, October to March. Every other month, we're not doing a thing. The manga artists, though, the mangaka, they keep it up, bro. They keep drawing. Their pens do not stop, alright? And you just get so much further because in the time that seasonal animes are gone, the manga done did season 1 of the anime will go for a season, right? An actual year season. And then while the anime's off, boom, season 2 and 3 just got written in the manga, right? So now I'm sitting here asking you, bro, did you get to the part where XYZ character dies yet? And you're like, that just hasn't happened. And now anime watchers are angry because the manga readers just know more, right? And that's a point I'm definitely going to give to manga, since it's generally ahead, which it should be, it definitely lets you know more about the show, get more in depth to it, and enjoy it a whole lot more. Moving on over to anime, right? And giving them their point. It's the same, obvious point that they respond to when manga readers hit them with the, oh yeah, read the manga. They hit you with the, yeah, how your fight scenes looking, huh? Yeah. We looking at moving pictures, huh? Yeah, now look at you. You looking stupid. You must sound stupid. You must feel stupid that you out here looking at these still images while I'm basking in this glory of this beautiful artwork of continuous pictures back to back to create a fluid motion of animation that my eyes get to seep in and enjoy. And they're right. They're right. Anime, when it comes to getting a good studio, when you have a good studio for your anime, you win. You win, okay? Especially if they're doing the plot right, you've just won. You literally just did everything that needed to be checked, especially if you got the plot, and now you got everything that people were waiting for. They were like, man, this looks so cool. These images, they look so cool. But now it's moving, right? Now you get to see, like, Purple getting animated, right? Like United States of Smash. Like All Might versus the Nomu. Like Izuku, 100%, bro. Like Goku, Ultra Instinct. Bro, it always just works, you know? You get to see everything just so fluidly. When you get Studio Bones, Mappa, Studio Period, I think Aniplex does animation as well. Yeah, Aniplex, Toei, when they decide to spend the money, bro, it's raps. Okay, you get to look at everything, and it just, oh my god, animation is so much better when done properly than a manga can ever really do its images. Only if the animation is done properly. We've seen a couple of times here and there where the animation ain't too high, and then, you know, you just have to give it to the manga. I don't want to hear nothing about the moving pictures when it's not like that. Alright, it's that simple. But most of the time, at least for a lot of animes I've seen a couple bad ones with some trash animation. But a lot of times it's either decent to very good. And that's when you gotta hand it to them. It just looks better. Alright, now that the score is 1-1, we moving back on over to manga, right? And simply what we have to give them, this is something that's not as, you know, commonly used, but sometimes it is. It really just depends on the manga / anime that you're reading or watching. You get original story most of the time, right? When you read a manga, you get what the author intended to write. Like, a lot of times the author is there writing the manga, but then he's more so overseeing the anime. And because, you know, studios want to make good money, they generally follow the manga fairly closely because they know that's what people want to see. They want to see the real story. However, in some cases, the anime tends to not be exactly what the manga had written. Best example I can think of off the top of my head, original Full Metal Alchemist versus the manga Full Metal Alchemist. Now, I already know. Y'all gonna be in the comments on some Procedure ZX2. They made Brotherhood and then they did it better. I get that. I understand. I'm not saying y'all sound like that. But however, look, I understand. Okay, they make it better and everything, and that's a valid point. But then that's because they got to redo. They got to try again. Because, of course, there are probably reasons behind why the anime ended up being different than the manga, but it ended up being different nonetheless. And then a better example of something I haven't even read yet, but I've heard a lot about, is Soul Eater. First things first, I'm sure the manga goes further. Now that the anime is over, the manga goes further than the anime. So first things first, you just have more story that you don't get there. But then also, near the end of Soul Eater, they just decide to say, yeah, we're not gonna do this anymore, buddy. Okay, we're gonna just do everything totally different. I'm not going to say how it happens because, you know, I'm trying to keep this as spoiler-free of a video as possible. Okay, and that's a valid point, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want people who only watch anime to be spoiled on anything. So, what ends up happening with something like Soul Eater, though, is now, if you want to know the real story of Soul Eater that the mangaka or the author, what they intended, you have to read the manga or get a summary. Otherwise, you get an ending, which was still cool. I still like the ending of Soul Eater, but it wasn't what the author wanted to happen, right? And there's a couple other examples here and there that I could go on about about how there's slight differences, like Dragon Ball Z, but Dragon Ball, or not Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Super. Dragon Ball Super, it's a toss-up. It's a complicated situation as to why things are the way that they are. But, you know, in the end, it still makes, you know, some sense as to why they're different, which is why I didn't want to bring it up, right? I don't know if I brought it up earlier. I could just be forgetting everything, right? But manga, you're almost guaranteed to get the original story of what happened, what the mangaka wanted to happen, which is why, if you want to know that, manga is probably the better option for that. Giving another point to anime, it's got voice acting. Okay, voice acting takes a 7 out of 10 scene, makes it a 10 out of 10 scene if the voice acting's right. You know what I'm saying? My favorite example of this, it's easily, at least in recent history, is the United States of Smash, bro. Okay, you get to, I'm gonna pop it up on the screen. You get to see in the manga, you get to see All Might's final stand, and it looks clean and everything. Yes, I ain't gonna disgrace that. I ain't gonna do nothing about that. However, when you hear him scream from the depths of his heart, United States of Suma, and you get to, bro, when you see the animation and it lines up so perfectly, bro, it hits. It just hits in a way that sometimes manga can't, right? Especially in subbed, bro. When subbed comes to the stage and they do what they do doing they thing, and you hearing them doing their thing, you just feel some type of way. And that's something that you just can't take away from anime when you're comparing it to manga. Alright, final point for manga, plain and simple, I'm gonna keep it honest with you guys. Anime watchers probably should know this. There's more manga to read, right? If you love this stuff, you're gonna find manga that hasn't been animated yet. Example, one of my favorites that are out right now, Undead Unluck, Chainsaw Man. Those two alone, I'm not even gonna go into the rest of the list. Mashle Muscles and Magic, that's another solid one. Those, all three of them, phenomenal mangas, don't have animes yet. And you really, if y'all haven't read manga, I'd recommend y'all start on reading probably Mashle Muscles and Magic and get into those, bro, because they're just that good. Okay, and we don't even know if those things ever will be animated. These are stories that you only get when you read manga, and when you read a manga of a story that hasn't been animated, you feel a little more, I'll say, attached to it, because you know that you're experiencing it in its raw and only form. You know that there will be no discrepancies in between the two, like Dragon Ball Super, where Dragon Ball Super in the manga is totally different than from how it is in the anime, right? There's no discrepancy when there's just the manga, right? And especially when they know all they have is a manga, some mangaka, it looks better. You know, they put more effort into it. There's never any feeling where they're like, oh, well, you know, you just gotta wait for the anime to drop or something like that. You just never feel that. It's just banger after banger after banger. And it's that simple, right? Like, that's why manga just gets this final third point, you know what I'm saying? It's just the more content that you can see that may never get animated from reading manga is just truly exceptional. Final point that I'm gonna have to give to anime, easy, no questions asked, is that it's easier to recommend, okay? Because if you told me, hey bro, you gotta read this, or hey bro, you gotta watch this, I'm watching it every single time, unless you give me valid reasons as to why reading it is better, right? Now, recently, reading it has been better because when I'm in school and stuff, if I have a free period, it's much easier to read than it is to watch, you know, because you don't want people looking over your shoulder and anime be acting weird, and now you have to explain yourself like that. You know, sometimes manga reading's better, but when you're recommending it to someone who's either only watched anime or to someone who's new to all of it, it is such a better idea for you to recommend them the manga, or for you to recommend them the anime, than for you to recommend them the manga. Because when you have to recommend them the anime, it feels more natural to them. You know, if they've never watched anime before, they're like, oh yeah, you know, it's just a TV show, I'll watch that. Now, when you tell them to read a comic book, people don't really read comic books like that no more. So it's going to be a little bit harder to convince them. But now I have to come to my conclusion, right? Which one is actually better? And I'm gonna be honest, it really depends on what you're looking for out of it. Okay, and I know that sounds stupid. Like, you're supposed to pick a side. You know, you gotta pick which one do you like more. Recently, I've been enjoying manga more because it's fit better with how I've been able to consume anime type content. You know, I've been in school a lot, so I've been able to just boom, whip on my phone, read manga, easy. You know, I can't really do that in a free period that I have with anime. You know, plus the pacing in anime can sometimes be kind of slow, so I can just read the manga at whatever pace I want, or I could read something that's not animated yet, right? Like, there's a whole bunch of stuff that works better. So if you're a person who's, you know, on the go and likes to, you know, read stuff at their own pace, then you should probably pick up manga. But if you want to you know, sit back, relax, and actually enjoy visuals, look at everything, and take in the full scenery of what could have been if this was actually animated, then you really want to go with the anime. You know, you want to see them flowing beautiful pictures with the voice actors putting their heart and soul into what they're doing. And that's what you get with the anime. You know, so you just have to pick which one you want, and when you pick that, you gotta go for it. And that's really all I got on the matter. Okay? Look, bro. Look, I ain't gonna say it too many times. I think when this video drops, we'll be either at or almost at 60 subscribers. Okay, so if you haven't hit that subscribe button, hit it now. I ain't gonna say it 2 times. Like button, you already know what to do. Okay, we have merch drops if y'all like it, bro. 100 subscriber merch is going to hit different, guaranteed. Okay, I'm telling y'all that right now. Okay, but look, I'm CJZX2. Y'all know where to find me. That's right here. Send it to your friends right here. And I'm going to see y'all in the next one.